Buddy Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Blue Lock Chapter 333. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Buffett kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botch localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which today we are covering Tune Into the Midnight Heart. We are also covering Sosu no Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise Jukakuraku, Masahi no Slave, Oshinoko, Fire Force, Vigilante, Boku no Hero Academia, Legals, Dead Account, Medalist, and Digimon. And there's even more on the way, including Blue Lock. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, oh my god, last chapter made my fucking life because Isagi admitted that he would be a better midfielder. That made my fucking life because that is something that a lot of the Blue Lock fandom has been saying for a minute, including me. But let's be real, Hugo is a piece of shit, but I love him for it. I do. But now, we're getting to Rin versus Loki. I'm so ready for it. Let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled Natural Born. Finally, they clash head on. The Japan versus France number 10 showdown. Don't miss this moment of ego. Let's go. Oh my god, I'm so ready for this. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Dude, this clash is great between Ren and Loki. Oh, is Ren gonna make the goal? Ah, nope. Hugo came in and was like, nope, bitch. Not today. God, so close. God, so close. Hugo's super block keeps France from conceding a goal. For real? Could it be that even that just now was predicted? Reading Rin's trait of wanting to shoot while colliding, Loki limited the shot course and Hugo blocked it. No, it's not just that. Even the tactics that Blue Lock prepared, as well as all our individual abilities, everything has been logically understood and grasped. Talents placed in the right place, bringing out 100% performance and aptitude-based elite collective. Can we win against France? Can we win? That's a great question! Like, Isagi's realizing, oh my god, I'm not hot shit. My shit don't stink. Like, or, you can't act like his shit don't stink anymore. Nah, Nigeria was just easy. They were just too easy. But nah. You guys are strong, Blue Lock. If you take the diligent, collective-minded culture of Japanese football and mix it with the individualistic philosophy of everyone aiming to be the world's best striker, you create a hybrid team that takes the best of both the collective and the individual. Your coach is an excellent individual who has made that experiment a success. But this is as far as it goes. Talent, 66%. Environment, 33%. Luck, 1%. Hey, as long as there is a chance, there's still a chance. These are the ratios of the element that decide a match. At least that's what I believe. But in Blue Lock's case, it's a team that's been barely winning by Isagi Yoichi pulling in that 1% luck, right? Ooh. You're giving Isagi way too much credit, bro. So we won't let a situation where that luck can happen. This is the ultimate way to crush Blue Lock. That's what you think, bro. I mean, you're not taking into account... Like, I feel like they're giving Asagi, like, way too much credit. Dude, Ego, I see why you did what you did and why you do not have Baro and Shidao in right now. I see the vision. You are trying... I've said it before. They are trying to make France really, like, way too comfortable. That's what he's doing. He's letting them get too comfortable. And then once, like, Baro and Shidao come in, that's going to be when shit goes wild. Because Baro and Shidao are getting a read on them. Especially Baro in particular. He's getting a read on them. I see the vision. I see what Ego's doing. You sneaky little shit. Not only that, he's kind of giving Asagi a lesson in the process. See, I see what you're doing, Ego. Just try it, you big talking jerk. That quick irritation and snapping back at me is proof I was right on the spot. Hugo, I fucking love you for that. Hugo is such a piece of shit, but he's right. And also, your team has a serious Asagi Yoichi dependency. Oh, that, see, again? Like, that's what you think. That's what you fucking think, bro. That's what you fucking think. That's what you think. That's not true, bro. The Japanese team is currently growing on the premise of your endless new ideas. In other words, paradoxically, you are not allowed to stop thinking and evolving. If you stop growing, the team will collapse. Dude, that is not true. That is not true. But again, I feel like this is like Ego is fucking with them. Ego is totally fucking with them. He is. That heavy pressure is creating impatience within you. That makes your play easy to predict and easy to crush. Thank you! Exactly! And I kind of feel like that's kind of going back to what Charles was saying about them being like, you guys are fucking dumb. I know you guys have been saying otherwise, but I kind of feel like that's kind of what Charles was saying about, like, Shidao not being in the game. Because Shidao, like... he just gives no fucks. He's just having fun. And and I also think about, like, what Ego's assignment for Shidao was just to have him do the bucket list. There's a reason he's like, just do your, like, there's nothing for you, I need you to do, just do your bucket list and we'll pay for it. There's a reason for that. Because Shidao is unpredictable. Besides, at the point where you're feeling pressure in the situation, you're just not fit to be number one. Duh! Thank you! Because if you were the number one, you should be able to joyfully... I just said that about Shidao! You should be able to joyfully enjoy this moment, where you are the center of the world, shouldn't you? I just said that about Shidao! Like that, you just literally described Shidao, Hugo! Shidao would just be enjoying it right now! In that regard, Loki is the perfect fit. Born with the world's best physical abilities, and never doubting that he will become the world's best striker, his mind and body are in perfect sync with this aptitude. He's a natural born number one, and I'm going to produce that. To see a view that couldn't be reached alone, I want to become the world's number two. Huh? You of all people should understand, Asagi Yoichi. I don't mean second place. I'm talking about overseeing and manipulating the organization from the second highest spot. Being the one who understands the number one better than anyone else in equal being. Come and be the number two, Asagi Yoichi. If you live out your destiny as the number two, Blue Lock could still become stronger. It's talking about midfielder, obviously. But, like, here's the thing. The midfielder could be the number one as well, though. Look at Captain Tsubasa. Captain Tsubasa is the best example of that. You don't need to be the world's best number 2. You don't need to do that. Nah. You could be the number 1 as a number 1 in the world as a midfielder. You can. There's ways to do it. I think Iwashi is another great example of this. Because he wasn't a striker either. But would I say Asagi is supposed to be the number 2? Look at it. I'm going to give you another example. Look at Sei. Sei is like a general. He's a midfielder as well. No one's saying Sei is like the world's number 2. Right? Sei is not the number 2. He's not. Nah. People respect Sei too. Like, midfielder is an extremely important position. The midfielder, like, guides everyone. They produce a lot of strategies. Or they produce, like, the most strategies. Striker, yes, midfielders make a shit ton of goals, too. So it's like, I don't know, like, Hugo, you're fucking dumb for that. Like, you can make the argument that Asagi could be the number 1 midfielder in the world. Sure. The number 2, though? I don't know. But if you keep chasing the dream of becoming the world's number 1 striker, Blue Lock will be destroyed right here. Declaration of destruction to Blue Lock Japan. How will they oppose the aptitude fatalist to be continued in time of awakening? Dude, is this going to be the moment where Asagi becomes a midfielder? Oh my god, if that happens, I will lose my fucking mind. I mean, we've seen position changes here already. Gakamaru is the best example of it. We've seen him, like, become a goalie. I mean, look, again, I'm going to point out Sei. Look at Sei. Sei started out as a striker, and he realized that he wasn't meant to be a striker. He was meant to be a midfielder. I don't know, though, with Asagi. I don't know if he's going to do it. But I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if I would describe it as, like, the world's number 2. I don't know. I don't know if I would describe that because I would say that because, like, the striker wouldn't be able to score without, I'm going to kind of compare this to NFL football because that would be, like, the best for me. That's like saying, like, calling, the quarterback, like, the world's best number 2. Remember, the quarterback is coming up with strategies. Calling the wide receiver, like, the world's best number 1, the quarterback the world's best number 2. The wide receiver can't exist without the quarterback. Who's passing the ball to the wide receiver? It's the quarterback. That's kind of like what the midfielder is. Like, the striker can't exist without the midfielder. And similar to a quarterback, the midfielder can score goals just like a quarterback can score touchdowns. They could do a quarterback sneak. They can and run the ball in themselves. Hell, we've seen plays where the wide receiver throws the ball to a quarterback too. Just like we've seen here, where in soccer, where a striker will pass the ball to a midfielder, and a midfielder will score the goal. So it's like, I really don't like that they're saying. I don't like how Hugo's describing it as like the world's best, the world's number 2. It's like, dude, the striker can't exist without the midfielder. And it just can't. I feel like that's such a disrespectful thing to say. It is. I'm very curious what you guys think about that. I feel like that's so disrespectful. I kind of hope Isagi says something like that. I really do. I hope Isagi says, like, bro, really? You're calling yourself number 2? Bro, striker can't exist without the midfielder, yo. We're the fucking general on the field. We're the ones that's calling the plays. We're the ones that are passing the ball to your asses. We can score goals too, motherfucker. And also, they're giving him way too much credit. I'm sorry. They're giving Isagi way too much credit. But also, what do you think about this idea of what Ego's doing still? I really think Ego is trying to fuck with France. I do. And letting Shidao and Baro watch to get an idea of the strategy that France is doing. Because Blue Lock ain't gonna collapse. Nah. And we've seen Baro lead a team, essentially. We've seen it. Blue Lock is not gonna collapse the way that they think they are without Isagi, because we've seen Baro lead a goddamn team. We've seen it with the Ubers. So I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Did they forget, like, Baro was on the team or something? You guys are fucking retarded. They are goddamn retarded if they think Blue Lock is gonna collapse without Isagi. Fucking stupid. They're fucking stupid. Hugo's a fucking dumbass for that. He is. But the time of awakening, though. I'm curious what he means by the time of awakening. Are we going to see Isagi awaken as a striker? Or are we going to see Isagi awaken as a midfielder? I'm very curious. Very, very curious. Because, I mean, we've seen position changes here. And we've seen in Blue Lock already. And I wouldn't be surprised if Isagi does change to midfielder. I know a lot of people would be happy with it. I know. But this, though, what he said, his mind and body, in regards to Loki, his mind and body are in perfect sync with his aptitude. He's a natural born number 1. And also this, in regards to Loki, born with the world's best physical abilities and never doubting that he will become the world's best striker. Dude, that's why, like, that describes Shidao, that describes Bakura, that describes Chigiri, that describes, I feel like that kind of describes, you know what? That partially describes Ren. I think that kind of describes Ren in a way. I don't think Ren's there yet. He's not. That time of awakening could be for Ren in regards to that, to the title of the next chapter. I think Ren is almost there. I don't think he's there yet. But, like, the way, I just also think about what Rin said about Isagi being that Demon King to push Rin even more. And it's like, yeah, I see where Hugo is going with this too. Because remember what Hugo was saying, that he was going to be that midfielder to help Loki become number 1. It's like, oh yeah, Isagi, you kind of doing that for Rin. I don't know if he realized it subconsciously, that's what he's kind of doing for Rin. And then what was the other one I was thinking of? Oh, and Nagi. There's that too for Nagi. And you can make the argument that, in regards to Nagi, that Isagi kind of is doing that for Nagi. But I feel like Reo is more so doing that for Nagi than anyone else. But, like, I think the key thing is the physical, was this. It was born with the world's best physical abilities, and that his mind and body are in perfect sync with his aptitude. that's the problem with Asagi, is that his mind and body aren't in perfect sync with his aptitude. That's why Asagi is not, at least yet anyway. I don't know if he'll ever be. That's a great question. Do you guys think Asagi his mind and body will ever be in sync like that? Rin will, obviously. Shidao's already there. Baro is already there. Chigiri, I think Chigiri is technically there, but like the knee injury set him back, obviously. But Reo, I think, is there for the most part. Nagi, obviously Nagi is there for the most part. His body is definitely there. His mind is working. It's a work in progress, but like, yeah, Nagi for the most part is basically up there. But it's like, but Asagi, remember that weakness for Asagi was his body was not physically up in sync with his mind. So I see where Hugo's coming from. Hugo is technically right. He is technically right. And Ren is up there too. Ren is definitely included, if I didn't mention that. So I do see where Hugo is coming from. I do. I understand where Hugo is technically right. He is. And also Gagamaru, if I didn't mention him, Gagamaru is definitely up there too, but he's not a striker, he's a goalie now. So that's why I didn't include him in this. But he is right. To an extent, he is right. But I don't agree with fully agree. Like right now, how Blue Lock is playing right now, it's 1%. It's depending on Asagi with that 1% luck. But God, it makes me think of Captain Tsubasa because it's kind of a safe thing with Tsubasa. But Tsubasa's a midfielder. It's kind of like, dude, it's the same with you. Like, Asagi, you are basically, at this point, Asagi's already a midfielder. It really feels like Asagi's more of a midfielder than a striker, at least to me anyway. That's what I'm getting from it. From this anyway. But I'm very curious what you guys think. And do you guys agree with Hugo? And from a fundamental level? And what do you guys think about what Hugo is saying about being the number 2? That just really bugs me. I understand what he's saying, but it does bug me. It's like, dude, a striker wouldn't exist without a midfielder. Like, you should, it just bugs me so fucking much. But like in football, a quarterback has a lot more respect, mind you. So, yeah. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Blue Lock content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wish list. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord. Friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.